So my father passed 2 weeks ago. So we're all just gonna stay strong together, okay? I decided to make this video for several reasons. The first being that I feel like I'm not the only one experiencing grief, and my hope is that this can help someone else. The second reason is that it's creating an outlet for me to be creative and to take my thoughts off of things for a little bit. I've kind of been in a rut, to be honest. The first week was filled with a lot of tears, a lot of sadness, a lot of disbelief, and pure exhaustion, to be honest. You know, when a family member is passing away, you want to encourage the doctors to do as much as they can. And so you're constantly telling, you know, or you're constantly pleading for the doctors to try this and to try that, while at the same time you see your loved one and they're in so much pain and so much discomfort, and it was pure exhaustion. So today I'm feeling a little better. I'm gonna be honest, my emotions this week are just pure numbness. Like there's like an empty feeling. I did go ahead and I took the day off from work, and I do have the energy to go out. So I just want to do some things that make me feel a little better, and I wanted to take you guys along with me. My hope is that for anyone else that's grieving, this video motivates you to just get up and do something. I'm not advocating for you to be happy or joyous, because as I'm learning, each day brings on a new emotion. And the consensus that I'm getting from a lot of people is that, you know, the sadness or pain, it doesn't really go away. You just learn to live with it. And even that, I'm still not at a place to really accept that. But in the last few years, I have learned a lot about self-care, and today I'm just gonna try to reach towards one of the tools, you know, reach towards something that I've learned to help me feel better.
There are 5 stages associated with grief. The first stage is denial. Denial can look like avoidance, procrastination, forgetting, and it can feel like shock, numbness, confusion. The second stage is anger. Anger can look like sarcasm, irritability, and it can feel like frustration, impatience, resentment, or rage. The third stage is bargaining. Bargaining can look like overthinking and worrying, comparing ourselves to others, perfectionism. This can feel like guilt, shame, blame. The fourth stage is depression. Depression can look like reduced energy, reduced social interest, crying, and it can feel like sadness, despair, and helplessness. The final stage is acceptance, and this can look like mindful behaviors, engaging with reality, and it feels like good enough, courageous.
Hey guys, so I came to the beach. This is Long Beach, California, where my dad was raised. He's initially from Arkansas. I love to come to the beach to pray, to write gratitude, to talk to God, to talk to my loved ones that have passed. And I'm just bringing these flowers as appreciation. So yes, I'm just gonna lay them out on the sand, in the water, wherever their destination is. It's just showing gratitude towards my dad, towards my grandma, granddad, uncles, and to the earth. So yeah. just like the grieving process, I'm literally in waves. So today's one of those days where I don't feel too bad. So I wanted to hop on camera. So one of my friends ordered this for me from Etsy. It states Forever in Our Hearts. I think it's from Etsy. So I'm going to open it with you guys. So let's see. So it reads, oh, it's for flowers. So it reads, okay, they will be flowers once you plant these flat under some dirt and add in some water, and then, you know, place in the sun and talk to them and stuff. So that's cute. What's funny about this is the day after my dad passed, I automatically ran to, I went to Home Depot to pick up a plant. So this is the plant I got, a little fiddle leaf plant. There's something about plants that just give life to a space. So water pump, and then some stones. I guess these are little stones that I can place inside the plant pot. And then there's the dirt. Interesting. So the dirt looks like this. And so what I have to do is, so I have to add water until soaking. And then I have to put the seeds in the middle here. And then I have to wait for germination. And then I have to transplant, anywhere you like. So pretty much I'm just adding water to this, and then I'm placing the seeds in the middle. And then this is the little pot. Forever in Our Hearts. This is so freaking cute. Oh, it says, hey, I'm here. I'm here for you. So we'll be planting this in his memory. And then here's a little shovel, I guess, to help me move the dirt around. So I'm just going to end this video. Some memories that just keep popping up for me. My dad was born in Arkansas. He lived there only up until the age of 1, and then they moved to Long Beach, California, where he was pretty much raised for the rest of his life. When he had me, my older sister, and my younger brother, we all born and raised in Long Beach, California as well. I currently live in Los Angeles, but every time I go to Long Beach, of course, I think of my dad. He loved dogs. We grew up with pet bulls, the blue-eyed pet bulls, and we named every single one Duke. Why? I don't know. They were not always the same dog, but whichever one we got, Duke, that was their name. My dad introduced me to literally everything. The whole African American culture I learned from my dad. His love of gold, of jewelry, I got that from my dad. My dad loved his cars as well. He just had so many different cars, specifically lowriders. So we grew up with him making these miniature model lowriders. They came in hundreds of pieces, similar to Legos, but of course actual metal plastic pieces. And then you would put them together, create this classic car. So him and my brother, that was their thing. Now my brother is a lowrider enthusiast. So they have their own lowrider club in Long Beach. I remember growing up, my dad loved deviled eggs and pickled pig feet. I know it sounds disgusting. Growing up, I'm trying to remember if I actually liked it. Now, if I were to go to a store and see that, just no, that's not it. I remember a time when I was trying to cut crab legs and I accidentally nipped my finger with the scissors, and my dad didn't know what to do. I remember him giving me money to stop crying. He's like, here, just take this. And then when the ice cream truck comes, you could get yourself some ice cream. I remember him giving me my very first car. I had a 2004 Camry, and I had that car for like 8 years. I literally was riding that car until the wheels fell off. Literally. I remember him being so excited at my baby shower. For the measure the belly game, I remember him measuring his belly because he swore we were the same size. And I just remember him being so excited, just measuring his belly like, oh, I know my daughter, like her belly's going to be the same size. So funny. I remember him at my graduation. I remember his overall demeanor. Like, my dad was never the loudest in the room. He was an observer. He was very just sweet, kind, generous to everyone. He was strict growing up. Actually, I ran cross country in high school, and our uniform shorts were really short. And I remember him throwing them in the trash. So anytime me and my sister wore shorts or skirts that he thought were too short, he threw them in the trash. I can laugh at that now, but of course growing up I was irritated, but now I get it. Like, my dad had a lot of friends, he understood men, we were young girls, so I get it, I respect it. What else? My dad loved fishing. I remember going fishing on the rocks in Long Beach quite often, actually. I remember us taking that fish home and cooking the fish. I remember, all I'm picturing in my head is his laugh. And as we got older, just sharing stories with him and him always saying, haha, y'all silly. You're silly. You're silly. That was his thing. You're silly, or you're crazy. You're crazy. I wanted to end this video by sharing some of my memories with you guys. And if you are in contact with a parent and they are still alive, I hope that you spend some time with them today if you can. If not, give them a call, shoot them a text. And his legacy will live on. And I pray that I continue to make him proud. And I'm feeling good today, but I don't know what tomorrow brings. I know grief will continue to come in cycles for me, but I'm doing the best that I can. I'm allowing myself to cry when I feel like I need to cry. I'm allowing myself to take a break, and in my breaks I'm being productive, or I'm looking through his pictures, or I'm keeping busy. But I'll definitely miss him. I didn't grow up with parents that were very expressive in their emotions. And so I find myself having to be that strong person. But even though I do have friends checking on me, I don't feel that same support from family, to be honest. And I think that's because I don't allow my family to see me in like a very vulnerable place. And so I find myself having to be that strong family member. And I don't like that. It makes me feel isolated. It makes me feel like I have to deal with things on my own. And then at the same end, me being like empathetic, I also don't want to be the one, oh, woe is me, look at me, because others are grieving just as much. So for all my strong friends, for everyone that has to be strong for the family, I do want you to know that it's okay to be sad. It's okay for you to be vulnerable in front of your family. It's okay to not know what to expect. It's okay to allow yourself to cry. It's okay to allow yourself to have moments of joy, even if you feel like you should be sad or strong.